Welcome to Capital One Bowl Mania.
Never before in the long, proud history of the Bahamas Bowls had ever been said that weather could be a factor. Welcome, everyone, to the Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl as part of Capital One Bowl Mania. Buffalo out of the MAC, Charlotte out of Conference USA. And we're about to kick this off. The first of 41 bowls overall. There's spring, summer, winter, fall, and now there is bowl season. Here's Greg McElroy. I'm Steve Levy. This is a big deal. Buffalo's never won a bowl game. Charlotte's never been to a bowl game.
And both teams come in playing really well. Buffalo having won 5 of their last 6. Charlotte turning around what was a 2-5 start to finish 7-5, winning 5 in a row. So a lot on the line with two teams that are playing well.
There's one team in the entire country that has 2 1,000-yard rushers at running back. It's amazing. That's the UB Bulls.
They love to run the football. It's all about this dynamic rushing attack, and it's really amazing to watch Jarrett Patterson and Kevin Marks. Both guys really complement each other. Patterson, the more shifty, the quicker, the big hitter potential with outstanding speed. Then you have Marks, who's a downhill slasher, physical guy that runs through contact, runs angry. So you look at the speed that you get from Patterson, the size and the power that you get from Marks, and they create what is an incredible duo. And those big runs they create time and time again are a big reason why Buffalo finds itself in the postseason yet again.
2 sort of different philosophies, if you will, coming in. Buffalo is really all business and buttoned up. And then there's Charlotte, Diana Rossini. You could say the 49ers are rather unbuttoned, especially when the coach takes his shirt off. We might see that this afternoon.
Steve, you can say that. 34-year-old Will Healy, the head coach here, he's got that baby face, but he's clearly the adult of this program, unless we're talking passports. Let's go back early in this season. He told his guys, look, we could get to the Bahamas Bowl, so get your passports updated. Maybe get one if you don't have one. He reminded them all season long. And guys, guess who didn't have his passport ready to go come December? The head coach. Well, he had to go to Atlanta, sit in a room with no TV, no cell phone, got it expedited, and he says, hey, do as I say, not as I do, Steve.
Yeah, he said he had to pay the price that day. It's the first ever meeting. Charlotte and Buffalo coming up in the Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl. Kickoff is on the way from Paradise after this 60-second break. Back in Nassau, Bahamas. Greetings to our friends in Western New York watching, where it's 26 degrees in Buffalo, wind chill about 19. But at least it's sunny. It's not sunny here in Nassau, and really hasn't been. Rainy and windy. The temperature is 77 degrees. Winds could creep up to 25 miles an hour. And I was only half kidding about the weather playing a factor down the stretch, Greg.
It's huge, and especially throwing the football and in the kicking game. When you see the ball up in the air on punts and kickoffs, it is sliding around. It's been difficult for guys to even field some of those punts in the pregame. So something to keep an eye on throughout the course of this ball game.
Buffalo has won the toss. They will defer. Again, we have 2 red-hot teams coming into Nassau, the Bahamas, both finishing 7-5, 5-3 in their respective conferences, but making a run to make it to the Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl. Aaron McAllister and Victor Tucker are back deep. Alex McNulty will kick it away for Buffalo. Charlotte officially is the home team. They alternate conferences, and the 49ers will have that advantage. And the first of 40 bowl games in the FBS is underway. That'll be a span of some 24 days. And we get to welcome Charlotte, their offense, and Chris Reynolds. Might say 5'11" on his license, might say 5'11" on your television screen. We do not believe that to be accurate.
He is not very long, but plenty athletic, and he's been a big reason for the turnaround and the leadership that he brings to the position, the toughness, the decision-making, and his athletic ability. Of course, the headliner's the running back, but Reynolds has done a great job in this offense.
You know, for all the talk about the Buffalo running backs, Benny LeMay stars in that Charlotte backfield. And on first down, it is LeMay, the ball carrier, and the inside handoff right up the middle. He'll get 5 yards out to the 30-yard line.
And Benny LeMay, if you watch him, he reminds me of Montgomery from the Chicago Bears. Not the fastest guy in the world, but very crafty. Does a really good job setting up blockers and an excellent job pressing the hole and finding the creases. He is really, really sound and very solid when carrying the ball between the tackles, and is a big reason why Charlotte has found themselves in their first ever bowl game.
You saw the 7 100-yard rushing games this season. That's 14 in his career. 2nd down and 5. And off the option, Reynolds, the quarterback, will keep it and push forward to the 34-yard line. And it'll bring about a 3rd down and 1.
Making sure that you're efficient on 1st and 2nd down for Charlotte is huge, because if you're in obvious passing situations, we reference the wind and the challenges that it will provide the passing game, but you also have to account for what is an excellent pass rush for this Buffalo Bulls team, who has 3 defensive ends that can all wreak havoc.
One includes the last name Mack. That's Khalil's younger brother. Out of the shotgun, Benny LeMay, the Wildcat. You'll see that often from the 49ers. And LeMay staying on his feet, picking his spots. There is a flag down, however. It's a gain of 10 if it stands, and the obvious 1st down. And the 49ers go Wildcat, and it's coming back. A holding penalty. Wayne Winkler is our referee. The officials from the Sun Belt Conference here today.
And a brutal penalty here, but you see just how crafty LeMay is. You see him move and slide, and of course the right guard there looked like Jalen Allen was the one they got. It was a nice internal pass rush from Eddie Wilson, trying to get to the backfield and cause some havoc, but he was grabbed. It was very obvious for the official to throw the flag.
So it's going to be a 3rd down and 11 now, all the way back to the 24-yard line. And that is LeMay shifting to the left of Chris Reynolds. In motion, Michaelius Elder, the receiver. And again, the quarterback's going to keep it. Here's Reynolds trying to duck under. He'll get a couple of yards and bring up a 4th down and long from midfield. So the penalty's a crusher there on this opening drive.
Yeah, huge penalty right there. And obviously, this is such a huge game in regards to field position and time of possession. Both these teams really pride themselves on playing ball control and complementary football. And 3 and outs really ruin the momentum that you might be able to create offensively.
So in a 4th down scenario, that's Connor Bowler standing at his own 12. Antonio Nunn is back deep for Buffalo. Bowler running to the right, takes a bounce. Nunn will pick it up at his own 34 and get out to about the 39-yard line. It's a 39-yard punt, 3-yard return. Take a look at today's keys to the game, brought to you by Makers Wanted, Elk Grove Village.
And you look at Buffalo last year in their bowl game, so many turnovers, so sloppy. They have to be very sound in that part of the game, and they also have to tackle in space. We've referenced how good Benny LeMay is at making you miss and finding creases, so they got to do a good job tackling in space. And for Charlotte, you can't be in 3rd and longs like they just were because of that pass rush, and they have to avoid allowing big runs to those excellent running backs that Buffalo has that they'll use throughout the game.
Really, Coach? No turnovers? Thanks for that little tidbit there.
That's important, very important when it comes to determining winners and losers.
Actually, Lance Leipold did say that. 5 turnovers in the Dollar General Bowl a year ago really cost them. On 1st down, here is Jarrett Patterson, the big ball carrier. He'll go for 7 yards on 1st down. Again, him and Kevin Marks. And it's not as if they rotate them in and out. You'll see the 2 big backs in there together at the same time quite often.
Yeah, they'll flank both sides of the quarterback, Kyle Van Treese. So it's really difficult for a defense to anticipate where it's going. If you look at both guys, they can hand it to the right or to the left out of this diamond formation. See what
Patterson did against Bowling Green back on November the 29th. Again, they're both in there here. Out of the shotgun. It's Patterson up the middle. He's across midfield. And he is into Charlotte territory out to the 43-yard line to gain a 10 on the play.
And this offensive line does such a great job. Kind of a unique scheme. Usually you'll see pullers, and when you're trying to rush it to the edge into the perimeter, you'll see offensive linemen pulling out in front. Not the case when you watch Buffalo. They work in tandem, they work in unison in some of those outside zone schemes, and have given their running backs plenty of opportunities to create big plays.
1st down and 10. That's Antonio Nunn in motion, top of your screen. Kyle Van Treese to throw. Hits Nunn inside the 40. Get a couple extra yards on the play. Scoot out of bounds.
And Kyle Van Treese, since being put into the lineup, has done a really good job at the quarterback spot. Not ridiculous numbers, but has been smart with the football, has made good decisions, and understands his place within the offense.
Get a little tempo out of Buffalo here on 2nd and 7. And it's the handoff to Patterson. He'll pick up 5 on the play. And it'll bring up a third down. Third down about a yard, maybe a yard and a half.
I kind of like the tempo here. In the bowl game, haven't played in a while. Get your team off to a fast start.
Calling it 3rd and 2. Here's Patterson the left side. He's got first down yardage. Spinning, stays on his feet. Still in bounds. And now down inside the 15 to the 14. Jarrett Patterson on a nothing-looking play picks up 21.
He is so good and so athletic. He just runs through, always keeps his feet moving, uses the spin move there, finishes the run, too, at the end. You think he's going out of bounds? Nope, cuts back into contact, picks up a couple more yards. He's been so fun to watch and has been dealing a really hot hand these last few weeks in the regular season.
Already 4 carries for 44 yards for Jarrett Patterson. Should have expected that. From the 14 now, of the 49ers. On the ground, it's Patterson again. He'll crash down to the 12-yard line, pick up a 2 on the play. And that's the thing I would think, Greg, if you're Charlotte. I mean, you know about the running game. This would be the classic 8 in the box.
Yeah.
And it's still unable to stop Patterson early on.
Yeah, and it's all about numbers and leverage when you're looking at running the football. And they're going to have 8 in the box. The problem is one of those 8's going to be a safety, and that's the guy you want to run at, because the advantage that you might have with Patterson one-on-one against a safety in the hole is one that Buffalo would love to create.
2nd down and 8 from the 12 of Charlotte. Scoreless early on. The makers wanted Bahamas Bowl. I mean, where else would you want to be? Kyle Van Treese will loft one for Antonio Nunn. He goes up and pulls it down for the touchdown. A spectacular grab from Antonio Nunn, the junior from Tampa, from Kyle Van Treese, and Buffalo scores first.
And a great job working against Nafis Lyon, who doesn't have great length. He's only 5'9", maybe even slightly shorter than that. Jump ball with Nunn, who is their best wide receiver on the outside. It's a great look, a nice throw from Van Treese, and an excellent job by Nunn, going up high, pointing the football and making a play.
With winds creeping into the mid-20 mile per hour, wondered about even extra points or if teams would be going for 2. Here's Alex McNulty, 36 of 38 on extra points during the regular season. Snap of the place down, and the extra point on the way, and it is good. 7 plays, 61 yards, took 3 minutes off the clock. Great grab. We expect points. 66 points, the average in the Bahamas Bowl. On the first day of the month, this is Will Healy hit the room in scuba gear to make the announcement to his team that Charlotte would be heading to the Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl. And on the same day inside the football facility, the Bulls found out they would be representing the MAC. Say they were excited to get the chance to escape that Buffalo cold might be an understatement. And they have, I mean, the colors are everywhere in the casino in Atlantis. I understand, I haven't been there myself, Greg. But you see Bulls and 49ers paraphernalia being worn all over the place. McNulty will kick it away. Tucker and McAllister back deep for Charlotte, and it will be a touchback out of the end zone to bring it out to the 25-yard line. Charlotte, I was told, is a touchback team. They've done some of the numbers, Greg, and if you fair catch every time, you get a 25-yard return. That puts you in the top 10 in the country right there. So
it's good to know.
Fair catch is a good play.
Absolutely. You're an analytics guy.
I break it all down. Did a lot of homework here in Nassau. 2nd possession. Charlotte's drive really stalled out by a holding penalty on a 3rd down in which they had converted. They find themselves trailing 7-0. Chris Reynolds leads them out. 1st down and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake. Pass across the middle is complete. Cameron Dollar. He's across midfield. Down to the 45. It's a gain of 29. And Charlotte opens with an explosive.
Yeah, going into the wind, too. A good job on the RPO. Didn't like it inside. Saw that safety on the weak side bite, getting a one-on-one on the slant. Accurate throw from Reynolds.
Charlotte goes a little tempo as well. Here's LeMay for 3 yards to the 43-yard line, we'll say, of Buffalo.
I've always felt, man, we talked about a second ago, that tempo in the bowl game after a long layoff, man, kickstart the engines. You know, get the guys going, get them moving, minimize the thought processing that goes on before the snap. So I like this approach so far from both Charlotte and Buffalo, trying to throw a little tempo into their offense to get them started.
Bit of a change-up, though, from who they are, their real personalities during the regular season, but you see that in bowl games often. And there is an injured player down for Buffalo. And that is the cornerback, Apri Washington, the Charlotte kid himself, down and hurt.
The Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl, brought to you by Elk Grove Village, Illinois, is beyond business friendly. Find out why at makerswanted.org. PlayStation 4, the best place to play. And Taco Bell's Rolled Chicken Tacos Party Packs.
Buffalo Bulls linebacker Max Michel won a spirited pinball contest. In fact, both schools will receive a Stern pinball machine for their locker rooms back home. The Bulls and 49ers enjoying the Bahamian hospitality all week long. As you look at Apri Washington, he's the only Buffalo player that actually hails from the Charlotte, North Carolina area, and he's being attended to right now on that sideline.
Yeah, it's a big loss potentially if he's unable to return. Just knowing how many times Buffalo defensively is going to put those corners on islands. He's their best cover guy.
Ali Abbas has checked in to replace Washington. It's Chris Reynolds. Quarterback will keep it for 3. So he's just shy of the 40-yard line to bring up a third down in about 5.
And probably thinking 4-down territory too. So here, 3rd and 4.
Got two plays called here, Coach?
I do, absolutely. Knowing the wind out there, no doubt. Because I might punt it and I go backwards, knowing how hard it's gusting from left to right. So I think 2 plays to get it here. So I wouldn't be shocked to see Benny LeMay get a touch here the first time on this drive.
Reynolds, no stranger to carrying the ball. 5 consecutive games with 90 yards rushing. That is LeMay to his left. They motion Christian Roberson, the tight end. Give it to LeMay. Why wouldn't you? On 3rd down and 4. Wow, he's really close. Really close to the marker. We'll see where they spot it. Looks like they're gonna have him short, and it'll be 4th down.
I'd go with that same play. Just get LeMay working a little bit to his right on a little bit of a counter to get those linebackers to possibly fill over the top and then gash it backside. I'd go the exact same play on 4th and short.
Saw Chris Reynolds hands on hips waiting for the play call to come in. 13 seconds left, plenty of time. Play clocks are a bit of an issue here at Thomas Robinson National Stadium. We will show you that in a second. They got 4 to snap it now on 4th down and 1. 2 to snap, get it away easily. It is LeMay. I think he got it, the forward progress. Then the second effort, he definitely has it. But momentarily, Buffalo had him stopped.
And it was that same play as well. I mean, you just get in the cross face the center just a little bit, working left to right, and then cutting it back with a full head of steam just to get those linebackers flowing just a little bit and create a little bit better angles for your offensive line.
I mentioned the play clock. Maybe we pull out and give you an idea of just exactly where they are situated. And the play clocks are wind blown as well, we should point out. So not exactly right down the middle, Greg, when you're looking as a quarterback trying to find that play clock. You got to know exactly where that is. 5 seconds to snap it. Get it away, no problem. Here's Reynolds to throw. It's a nice clean pocket. Man across the middle. And it is knocked away, incomplete. Victor Tucker was the intended target. Tyrone Hill had the coverage for Buffalo.
Yeah, ball held up just a little bit. It was a decent route there as he tried to hold up Tucker from that collision coming from the inside. It's a good job by Hill, though, getting his hand on the football and dislodging it in a bang-bang play.
First incomplete pass of the game. And a good play by Tyrone Hill to break it up. 2nd down and 10 now. From the 34 of UB. Here's Reynolds throwing to Cameron Dollar. Able to stay in bounds momentarily. Tried to turn it upfield. Able to pick up 8 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd down and short.
Once again, just like before, if you went for it on 4th and 1, probably going to go for it here. So no need to go to the air. Call the best play in your playbook and know that you likely have 2 downs to get it. Come up short.
Third down and 3 from the 27 of UB. Off the play fake, Reynolds able to hit Tyler Ringwood for first down yardage down to the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Faked one way and threw the other way to Ringwood, the junior from Buffalo, New York. So you know he enjoyed that, doing that against the Bulls.
Yeah, I love the play call. You get the wide receiver motioning back into the backfield, lined up in a fullback alignment. And Ringwood being 220, 225 pounds, he's built a little bit more like a slightly undersized tight end. So it was a good design, knowing that you think Buffalo was clearly focused on what Benny LeMay was going to be doing in the backfield, just sneaking him out in the flat for the conversion.
Ringwood actually began his college career at Buffalo, redshirted with the Bulls in 2016. On first down and 10, fresh set of downs, Benny LeMay looked to take advantage, get outside, little stutter step, and he's down to the 12-yard line. Gain of 8 on the play. Benny LeMay, 5'9", 218. He's hard to bring down.
I just love this guy. He's a bowling ball, and he's got great feel, too. I mean, see how patient he is? Sets it up. Doesn't want to bounce it outside because he doesn't have a ton of speed, but he does it. He picks up some nice yardage.
Here's LeMay in some trouble now in the backfield, and that'll go for a loss on the play. Eddie Wilson from his defensive tackle spot coming up. It's a loss of 4 on the play. Benny LeMay didn't have many of those kind of plays. Led Conference USA in all-purpose yards. Had a brilliant season, over 1,000 yards rushing, and even had 4 receiving touchdowns, so they'll use him out of the backfield that way as well.
Yeah, he's excellent in the passing game as well. Very versatile weapon for the 49ers.
Fast-moving first quarter coming up on 4 minutes to play. Buffalo scored on their opening drive. And now Charlotte from the 16 of UB. Here's Reynolds. Off the fake. Buying himself some time, throwing for the end zone, and it's incomplete. Michaelius Elder tried to haul it in. Would have been a great catch. There is a flag down.
They might get an offensive lineman downfield. The flag was really late, so usually when it's thrown that late, it's usually because somebody's downfield that shouldn't be. So we'll see what Buffalo decides to do here.
See if Jalen Fisher, the center, was downfield.
An eligible downfield player, offense number 68. That penalty is declined for what down?
Alex Atkins, the offensive coordinator for Charlotte, said Jalen Fisher is his favorite player, the single toughest player on the team.
And you watch him, he's all the way at the 10-yard line, and of course in college, 3 yards is all you can go, so a good call by the official.
We are going to see a field goal attempt, so 2 penalties crushed the first 2 opening drives for Charlotte. Here's Jonathan Cruz on for a 33-yard field goal attempt. This is into the wind. Snap of the placer good, and the kick is no good. Pushed it to the left. Not sure that was wind aided or not, or Cruz just missed it. Still 7-0 Buffalo. Coming up later on ESPN2, the first day of bowl season rolls on with quarterback Jordan Love leading Utah State against dual threat quarterback Dustin Crum and Kent State. It's the Tropical Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl. Why wouldn't it be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time? So we mentioned early on the weather could be a factor, and here is the kicker, Jonathan Cruz. And that's from the right hash, too.
Yeah, and it went
from 33.
40 yards left. I mean, that wind blowing from right to left as Cruz looked at the uprights was significant. I think it's going to be really, really difficult to send out your kicker when kicking in that direction, regardless of the situation.
Well, Cruz had been excellent all season, especially from 50 yards and beyond. He's 4 of 5 from 50, so We'll see the role of field goal kickers. Antonio Nunn on the receiving end for Buffalo. Down to Diana receiving.
Yeah, guys, out on the field, I talked to Coach Healy about the issue of this wind, knowing it's going to be up to about 25 miles per hour. And he said, you know, when it comes to our offense, we run the ball. I have no concerns. And if I want to air it out, there's really only one quarterback here today that can do it. And that's Greg McElroy.
Not anymore. Good. No way. I will go with the wind. I'm willing to go down there and throw it around with the wind, but going into it, no, that ship has sailed.
Second down and 4 now for Buffalo. On the ground, it's Kevin Marks. We'll give him 2 on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and short. That's kind of a bummer, too, for the kickers, right? Like, this is their reward, bowl game. You want to play a factor. You want to have a chance at a big play, last-minute kick, and it's possible the kicking game be totally taken out of play then.
It could be, especially like we said, working to the left end zone. To the right end zone with the wind behind you, I think you have a much better chance, and you referenced an end-of-game situation. With the wind behind you, you might be able to make it from 60 or 65 yards, depending on the situation and circumstances.
So the coin flip might have been a big part of this game. Buffalo electing to defer. Here's Kevin Marks on 3rd and 1. He's got the first down, needed 1, got 3, and he's out to the 33-yard line.
When you watch this Buffalo offense, I really like how they do things. I think Andy Kotelnicki does an incredible job scheming up other defenses, having unique, creative run looks that are difficult to defend.
Here's Marks again, and he is hit in the backfield. Big stick there. Marquavis Gibbs, the senior from West Palm Beach, and it's a 2-yard loss. Big defensive play for the strong safety for Charlotte.
Great job by Gibbs, recognizing that perimeter run and beating Marks right to the spot. See some of that speed that they have in the back end for the Charlotte 49ers team. These guys can really run. Don't have great length, but they can really run in the secondary.
2nd down and 12. That's Zach LaFave. They motion to the slot. Give it to Marks for no gain. It's going to be a 3rd down and long upcoming. Alex Highsmith, first time we mention him, won't be the last. He's 2nd in the country in sacks. He trails only 1 player. Perhaps you've heard of Chase Young. What a season Highsmith has had.
He's disruptive. He's great rushing the passer, obviously. The sack numbers speak for themselves. But I think what's underappreciated about his game is how good he is against the run. He's very disruptive and creates a lot of negative plays.
Get McShay on the phone. Where's Highsmith on the big board? 3rd down and 12 now. Van Treese out of the gun. Pressure comes up the middle. Picked up nicely by Marks. And the throw can't hook up with Carlton Todd. Van Treese just off the mark there. What a job by Marks, though, to pick up the blitz. And it's 4th down.
Yeah, you see this internal pressure with Gemmel. And a really good job, like you alluded to, the back and protection. That's one thing you watch with these young backs in college. When they're great runners, they're all usually pretty bad protectors. Not the case there with Marks, who loves the contact.
Marks just a sophomore. That's really impressive. Nafis Lyon is back deep for Charlotte. Got our first punt for Jackson Walter. Run to the right. It'll kick it away. And Lyon, no fair catch out of this Lyon. Across the 30 to the 40. He's got some running room now. And he will patiently get beyond midfield. It's a 21-yard return off a 41-yard punt. How about Lyon on that return? And he put Charlotte in excellent field position. 5th-year senior from Charlotte.
And he needs to go over and give that ball to Max Michel, the linebacker, who not only is a heck of a pinball player, it sounds like, but also what a great job on the block right there.
Here's how Charlotte got to this point. 5 straight wins and the regular season. The first winning record in program history at 7-5. And as I mentioned, Alex Highsmith, those 14 sacks. Look out, Chase Young, coming after you. Final 20 seconds left here in the first quarter. 7-0 in favor of Buffalo. Charlotte starting with excellent field position. Here's Benny LeMay on first down. Stays up on his feet. Looks like he took a big shot from Tyrone Hill up high. And the helmet comes off. Russell lost his helmet there. That's Devin Russell. And he'll have to come out for a play. That stops the clock.
Got to get his mouthpiece first, though.
And now they'll wind the clock. We'll see if we have another play before the quarter comes to an end. That's going to do it. Charlotte's been able to move the football. They've really been stopped by a couple of rough penalties. Buffalo, a big touchdown on their opening drive. 7-0 after 1.
We get excited about the 4, but I love these other bowl games.
And this is fun. This is where you really have some fun.
Still on his feet, makes a guy miss. Petman goes upstairs, pulls it down, touchdown. It is bobbled, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Walks it up, what a catch! The Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl is kicking off the bowl season and the Bowl Challenge Cup, brought to you by Progressive. Last year, Conference USA won the Bowl Challenge Cup with a 4-2 record. And as you can see, the MAC looking for a big bounce-back bowl season.
Yeah, they've struggled the last few years in bowl games, partly because of matchups, but teams are better than the record would reflect.
As we open up quarter number 2, Steve Levy, Greg McElroy, Diana Rossini, and our hard-working crew from Nassau, the Bahamas. Benny LeMay able to pick up 6 on the play.
In case the first 15 minutes didn't tell you anything, it's clear that Benny LeMay is the workhorse. I think they have 15 or 16 snaps, half of them been to him.
3rd down and 2, going to throw for it. Reynolds to Victor Tucker, got him outside. And it's 1st down, they'll move the sticks. Gain of 5 on the play. Victor Tucker, sophomore from South Florida. Not many South Florida skill position players on Charlotte. And Tucker, 5 games with 100-plus receiving yards in conference play. That is the most in Conference USA. They want to get the ball in his hands.
Yeah, he's clutch, too. End-of-game situations. That's the guy they're looking for.
1st down and 10 for Charlotte, trailing by an early touchdown. Reynolds to throw again. It's Cameron Dollar, who has been his favorite target so far. Gain of 6 on the play.
Now the wind is at Reynolds' back. It's a lot easier, I guess, to be balanced within their offense. Still going to predicate running the football, but definitely want to try to mix a little balance and keep this Buffalo defense guessing.
Aaron McAllister is in there. They'll give Benny LeMay a bit of a breather now. From the 29 of Buffalo. Reynolds rolling under some pressure now and not feeling the pressure. He is taken down from behind by Taylor Riggins, the junior from Webster, New York. Leads the conference in sacks this season at 8.5. Able to make the big play there for no gain.
And a good job of dislodging initially on that naked boot and cutting off Reynolds as he tried to get to the edge. These 3 defensive ends between Riggins, Kuntz, and Ladarius Mack, really solid group that make quarterbacks' lives very difficult.
3rd down and 4. Feels like a big play here for Charlotte, and you wonder if they're in field goal range. Really hard to know. Yeah, with the wind at their back, that would certainly help Jonathan Cruz this time around. Pitch to Aaron McAllister, the junior from Live Oak, Florida, picks up 2, and it's going to be a 4th down.
And they're bringing a couple extra tight ends out, so it's looking like 4-down territory from this point forward as you take a look at McAllister going vertical.
Able to get over your boy Joey Banks.
I love Joey Banks.
Give me some Joey
He's like
Banks.
Bob Sanders, man. He is an absolute missile at safety. Not very big, but when he hits you, you feel it. He's an ice bath player because after you get through playing against him, you got to spend the next day in the ice bath. 4th down and 1. That's Ringwood motions to the backfield now. And why wouldn't you give it to Benny LeMay? And I don't think he got there. Big stop. Ladarius Mack. You know him as a pass rusher. There he makes the big run stop on 4th down. And Buffalo comes up with a big defensive stand to get the football back. Charlotte turns it over on downs. And you see big Joey Banks putting the offensive lineman on the ground, and Benny LeMay follows after.
ESPN, home of the college football playoff.
Welcome back to the Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl as part of Capital One Bowl Mania. We're going to play some 40 FBS bowls in a 24-day span. Here was the fourth down play and the defensive stop by Buffalo.
I mean, if you watch Joey Banks, he's just hovering. And you say, I'm blowing it up. That's exactly what he does. He goes and he finds Dominic Taylor, the left guard, and he goes flying. I'm telling you, Joey Banks is one of my favorite players I've studied this year. He's not the biggest, he's not the fastest, but my goodness is he tough. And he loves contact right there, just completely blowing up that fourth down play and allowing his other teammates to make the play.
That's a great example why you need to watch the game or come out to the game, because that will never register in the stats. He gets no credit for that officially, but you and I and everybody in the audience knows that he made that play. So Buffalo football on first down and 10, it's Jarrett Patterson for 4 yards.
And coming out, start the game, they really did a nice job of utilizing Patterson and Marks on some of those perimeter runs. But these last couple drives, Charlotte's had a little bit of an answer. Let's see if they can get back to it, create some more positive plays on the ground.
Charlotte offensively had the wind at their back, had the big return off the punt, unable to put up any points. Opportunity for Buffalo here to extend their lead from their own 30 on 2nd and 6. Here's Van Treese to throw. Able to get it out to Zach Lefebvre, the tight end. He's got first down yardage and refuses to be forced out of bounds. Gain of 7 on the play. The junior from Victor, New York.
Yeah, if you look at these tight ends for Buffalo, they're the unsung heroes. Lefebvre, if you watch him in the run game, they're running behind him almost every time. I mean, he is absolutely the guy that you need to find if you're trying to find the football, because the ball follows him. And then when they go into a two tight end look with Jake Molinich, who's 6 foot, 260 pounds, the biscuit shy of playing center, that's when they really get very physical and do a nice job on the edges.
Out to the 36-yard line on first down and 10. Here's Patterson out beyond the 40. Gain of 4 yards on the play. Jarrett Patterson. We told you about that last game. 26 carries, 298 yards, and 6 touchdowns. But it wasn't a one-off. I mean, the game before that, he ran for 192 yards and 4 rushing touchdowns against Toledo. He's got 490 yards, 10 rushing touchdowns just in the last 2 games alone.
Yeah, he was named the Walter Camp National Player of the Week for that near 300-yard performance and 6 touchdowns. That's a career for some guys.
Yes, sir. That's Antonio Nunn, top of your screen in motion. Here's Van Treese, a little pressure shown by Charlotte, and Van Treese able to get it away, and Nunn went up to bring it down.
I really like Nunn. I think he's very smooth and does a really good job of attacking leverage. Here you see how he just dips and breaks into that out route without slowing down any momentum. He's very savvy, very nuanced route runner. Does a really good job of creating space for his quarterback.
Got 8 yards there. Nunn split out, top of your screen.
Watch the tight end here. Whichever way he motions, that's usually the direction they run. So it looks like a run to the left here.
That's Lefebvre. And right on cue, right to the right to Jarrett Patterson.
Clearly they had some time to evaluate some tendencies, huh? I love it.
Okay, Tony Romo, thank you. Second down and short.
That was a good job changing it up, because that is a tendency, and that's something that is a tell. When you find the tight end, especially out of that diamond formation, they're going to run behind that guy. They go with a counter, tendency breaker, and look at the result, 9-yard gain on first down.
Patterson, 8 carries, 62 yards so far, and we're 9 minutes away from halftime. 2nd and 1. That's where I like to take a shot, Greg. I'm an aggressive play caller.
I love it. Into the wind.
That's what
You must have a big arm.
Again, they motion Lefebvre, the tight end. Off the play fake, trying to set up the screen. It's batted up in the air and knocked away. Henry Segura, the sophomore from Tallahassee, key to the nickel in their defense, knocks it away. 3rd and short.
And a good job registering here. Is that the blitz called coming off the edge? He reads out of it as soon as he sees play action. Does a good job getting the hand on the football. This is an aggressive defense that loves to bring pressure. You can expect more pressure here on 3rd and short.
He had a pick six earlier in the season against UMass. You know, Segura was thinking that very same thing. Here's 3rd down and 1 from the 44 of Charlotte. Give it to the back. Patterson, when in doubt, right up the middle for 4 for the first down. That's the other thing about this Buffalo team. Like, you know, 10-win season a year ago. Possibility for an 8-win season here. They're young, right? Patterson and Marks are both sophomores. Van Treese, sophomore.
Yep.
Good time straight ahead.
Do lose some pieces up front. They're going to miss their left side of their offensive line with Evan Kazarczyk and Paul Noseworthy. These two guys really set the tone. But as far as the skill is concerned, they're still going to have a lot of guys back next year. Should have another run at a MAC championship potentially.
1st down and 10 from the 40. Van Treese straight drop, lost one down the sideline, and it's Antonio Nunn who hauls it in. We've seen the 50-50 ball to Nunn. Saw it for the touchdown earlier. We see it there, and he's able to haul it in. Gain of 23.
This is a great throw. High. And allowing your guy to go up and make the play. When you look at the corners that Charlotte have, they're not very tall. 5'10", 5'9", and Nunn's not extremely tall.
Right, you guess
only
he's
5'11".
there, you're right.
But you can work against smaller corners on those jump balls, and Nunn's done a great job on a few different attempts.
Being attended to on the sideline. 5 catches, 53 yards for Nunn, and the 1 touchdown in the game. On the ground, Kevin Marks down to about the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play. Marks, 9th most rushing yards in Buffalo history, and he's done so in just 2 years. And he's getting sort of sitting behind the Jaret Patterson. So a couple of talented running backs for Buffalo.
Really talented 1-2 punch, and I think it's amazing just how much usually you have egos at that position.
Yeah.
These guys support each other and are best friends off the field, and they bring out the best in one another when they compete.
2nd down and 4. 5+ minute drive already. Here's Marks off right tackle. Going to be very close to the 1st down. Give him 3 and make it a 3rd down and 1.
Noticing every single time there's a 3rd down, everyone on Charlotte's sideline holds up a 3. Now, that's pretty neat, just to emphasize the importance of the down. And I haven't seen that very much, but I've noticed it here today is a big part of making sure they emphasize it.
Third down and 1. They hurry to the line of scrimmage, and it's close. We'll see. Segura came in, put a helmet in there on Kevin Marks, and he has 1st down yardage. That was pretty close. And the Bulls are on the move.
Yeah, when they get in this short yardage and they bring Van Treese under center, they kind of run the same play over and over again. They just wedge right up. It's just a dive play right behind the left side of that offensive line, like I referenced, is really kind of the heart and soul of the roster. So lead those guys. Did see one time late in the season, Van Treese actually pulled it on a boot keep. But that time they opted to hand it to the running back, and it was successful.
1st down and goal from the 7. It's Marks. He is upended down at the 5-yard line. And again, it's Marquavis Gibbs. 2nd big tackle by Gibbs so far in the game.
Now, this is a great job by Gibbs because he's working against Lefebvre, who's one-on-one. He beats him to the spot, goes low, shrinks that hit radius, and makes the play. That was an excellent tackle there by Gibbs.
Talking about the offensive line, we should point out that Coyote Osika, the starting right tackle, the junior, is unavailable for this game. Hurt his knee against Toledo, and he's a big loss. He might be their best offensive lineman. Here's Van Treese trying to turn the corner, lowered his shoulder and got there at the end. Great 2nd effort. Took on the cornerback Marquell Osborne, and Kyle Van Treese wins that battle. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Man, what a gutsy effort by Van Treese. I mean, he's big. He's not the greatest runner in the world, but he's powerful. And a good job adjusting late, extend that left arm over
Previous plays under further review.
into the end zone. Was he down before that ball crossed the plane? It's really close.
So Osborne hit him with everything he has, 5'11", 185 yards. The cornerback coming up to make that stick. And they'll take a look at this.
It's really close, and it was a good job, good recognition by Van Treese, knowing where he's at on the field to switch arms. Sometimes it's a little dangerous. Sometimes that ball can be jarred loose, but he did it after he absorbed the contact. Right.
Yeah, and on first contact, he's not in the end zone.
Yeah, I think that left knee is down prior to the ball crossing the plane. It was a great effort. Look at this left knee right there prior to extending.
Checking all the angles we have. What do we have, 22 cameras, you said?
Give,
for this
give or
game?
take, yes.
Give or
take,
take,
yes. But that's a pretty good look at it right there. You see that knee's down right there. You see the knee. There's his knee. Now it's difficult to tell a little bit where the ball is at this point.
Ron Leatherwood is our replay official. Jay Vines, our replay communicator.
Either way, it's a great effort there by Van Treese. And a good effort, too, by Osborne coming up and making the hit. And he gave him all he had, but 230-pound quarterback, just a little bit too much.
Osborne had a career highlight earlier this season, had an interception at Clemson.
The runner was short of the goal line. It'll be third down and goal inside the 1 yard line.
Going to take the interception off the board. The review overturns it. And they'll make it third down and goal at the 1. Be the 14th play of this drive upcoming now.
You got to think they're going to get in that same formation that they did on third and short a little earlier. That's their best short yardage play. That under center and just trying to hit that dive right in behind the left side of this offensive line.
They hustle up again to the line of scrimmage quickly, give it to Jarrett Patterson. And he's going to be short of the goal line. And it looks like it's going to be fourth down and goal. How about this defensive effort by Charlotte all of a sudden? Patterson saying, give me the ball again.
Yeah. And if he does, it might be an opportunity for Patterson to go vertical. Because right now he tried to get there a little low. Nothing doing as they go for that short yardage look. Probably going to be the same play, maybe to the other side this time.
Again, they break the huddle and hustle up to the line of scrimmage. And Charlotte wants to spend a timeout and get another look. First timeout taken. 3:38 to go in the half. Back at the goal line when we come back.
The Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl. Brought to you by Dollar General. Save time, save money every day. And the United Explorer Card. Get rewarded for getting away with the United Explorer Card.
Tuesday afternoon, players took to the beach in front of the Atlantis for the annual Beach Bash games, a little dance competition. Buffalo proved to have all the right moves. They were crowned the dance champions. Last year, they actually had to put a barrier up between FIU and Toledo. Things got a little testy.
It's good.
It's a little odd to be in a bowl competition there and see your opponent all week with their shirts off around the pool and on the slides. Here we go, fourth down and goal. And the quarterback keeps it, Kyle Van Treese, for the touchdown. And Buffalo opens up a 2-score lead.
It's a great drive by Buffalo. Over 8 minutes off the clock. Just really being able to emphasize the ground and pound. And Van Treese finishing it off after he had a touchdown overturned just a few plays ago.
Yep, sixth rushing touchdown of the season for Van Treese. Got a push from behind by Jake Molinich with Mike Nowitzki, the center, leading the way. Here's McNulty, the extra point. And into the wind, that looked perfect from McNulty. So it's a time-consuming drive. And Charlotte's been able to move the ball, nothing to show for it. Buffalo, 14-0. Support UNICEF's emergency relief efforts in the Caribbean. UNICEF is on the ground before, during, and after emergencies to provide the assistance and services children need to survive and thrive. When Hurricane Dorian hit the Caribbean, UNICEF worked to provide children of the Bahamas safe water, sanitation, hygiene, nutrition, and psychosocial support. Join us. Help UNICEF protect children from natural disasters. That was the big question, right? Everybody's talking, everybody's asking our crew, hey, you going out to the Bahamas? You know, what's Nassau like? How's the Atlantis? Well, Nassau is virtually untouched. Same can be said for the Atlantis. Bit of a different story. Grand Bahama Island and the Abaco Islands, they were the two islands that really hit the hardest. But again, the vast majority not impacted. Nassau and Paradise Island. Many ways you can help out. You can certainly donate to UNICEF. Help out that way. You can also come down and spend your hard-earned dollars. Tourism is a massive part of everything here at the Bahamas, and they are open for business. As AB would say, business is booming still. Matt Barry standing by in our studio. Somebody said that you're the first analyst ever to have a tucked-in shirt.
I don't own a Hawaiian shirt, so I didn't know.
Do you love your belt or something? You're trying to show off the belt?
I feel good about the belt. I do. Yes.
Tune in at halftime. We'll see if the outfit changes at all. First down and 10 now for Charlotte. Ball is tipped in the air and intercepted. James Patterson down to the 12-yard line. Patterson wearing number 41 today instead of his usual number 20. And the 41 is an honor for all Buffalo players whenever they get a chance to wear it. They honor the legacy of Solomon Jackson, who was killed in 2016, died after a hard workout and practice. And to honor his memory, a special Bulls player is picked to wear number 41, and today it's James Patterson. He makes the big play. Eddie Wilson able to tip it in the air.
Yeah, great job by Eddie Wilson getting his hands up, deflecting that pass, and a good job by Patterson securing it. Sometimes when it's up in the air as long as it was, it's kind of hard to keep your concentration. Wasn't an issue for Patterson, who had a nice return as well.
First interception of the season.
Watch the trick play.
And tripped up in a fine defensive play. Charlotte making the big defensive play there.
Yeah, and you see they try to hide Jarrett Patterson right there behind the right side of the offensive line. And it was really difficult to see him, but a good job there by Charlotte, not being fooled on the edge.
Braylon Faison Walden made the great play for Charlotte to not be fooled. Second and 12. Looked like Highsmith got an early start there.
Offside. Defense number 5 jumped in a neutral zone and caused an offensive play to react. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
You look at Highsmith right there on the edge trying to get an early start. That's only the second penalty today. The first one huge on 3rd and 1 that disrupted the rhythm of the drive there. You essentially negate what was a great defensive play and give them second and manageable.
Buffalo trying to cash in on the turnover. Of course, the man who got the interception, James Patterson, that's his twin brother, Jarrett Patterson, in the backfield, the star running back. How about the Patterson family for Buffalo? Nothing doing that time for Buffalo. Charlotte comes up with a big defensive play again in the backfield. It's Marquavis Gibbs. He's having himself an afternoon.
Yeah, he is, man. He has been flying around. He's done a great job of evading guys that are trying to get hands on him. He's quick, he's shifty. He's done a really nice job here playing in his final college game. What an opportunity for him to go out on a really, really high note.
3rd down and 12. From the 14 of Charlotte. Van Treese. Highsmith never got near him. Going for the back shoulder throw to Daniel Lee. Not even close. Nafis Lyon had the coverage, and it's 4th down.
I like the throw, though. It was a good throw. It was out and away from any potential defender. That time, none. Just unable to create enough separation to potentially secure that back shoulder. Now, this should be an adventure here. The extra point was nice, but the last time we saw a field goal from this spot, it went wide, wide, wide left. Let's see if McNulty can get it done.
Cruz missed from 33 here. This is McNulty from 31. Redshirt freshman kicker. Snap of the place looked good. Kick on the way. And the officials confer, and it's good. We've got ourselves a field goal and everything. Minute 25 to go in the half. Charlotte will take a win for not allowing the touchdown off the short field, but it's 17-0 Buffalo. Bowl games start flying tomorrow. Triple header on ABC. Started at noon. Alcorn State and North Carolina AT&T. That's a Celebration Bowl. They'll be in the big building in Atlanta. SMU, Florida Atlantic, and the nightcap. Boise State against Washington in the Mitsubishi Motors Las Vegas Bowl. I don't think Coach Pete was all that happy with the matchup there. In his last game, really? Got to bring back Boise State for that too?
Oh, how many great memories, though, have we gotten from Coach Pete at both Boise State and at Washington. I mean, that matchup has intrigue all over it, especially Boise State against a Power 5 school. Washington better show up tomorrow because you know Boise's coming.
Statue of Liberty?
I might start with the game with that.
Right,
first
with
play.
that.
Yeah.
Here's McNulty booting it away. Charlotte needs to score and get in this game. McAllister let a bounce into the end zone for a touchback. Charlotte drive so far. They had a punt, missed field goal, turned it over on downs, and there was the tip ball for the interception. Those first two drives were much more promising. A couple of killer penalties really hurt them, and then went for it on 4th and 1 and couldn't get it, and then it's the turnover. So I guess I've been saying, Charlotte probably deserves a better fate, but credit to that Buffalo defense for standing tall.
Yeah, this is a stout group, and you look at statistically, they're 7th best defense in college football. They only allow 293 yards a game. They're one of the best in regards to stopping the run, so no surprise that yards are hard to come by against this Bulls defense.
10 points in the last 2+ minutes, down to a minute 25 to play in the half. And on first down, Reynolds will pick up 4. Inch out to the 29-yard line. Charlotte has 2 timeouts remaining. They used the timeout earlier to take a look prior to a 4th down play. Didn't wind up working out for him. LeMay in the backfield. I think Reynolds and company have to go up top here at some point. Quick out to Cameron Dollar. Pick up about 5 on the play. But they need some chunk plays now. They are going with the wind here.
Healy is upset that they didn't mark him out of bounds. They said forward progress was stopped inbounds, and therefore the clock continues to roll.
He is 34 years old, because that's the question America's asking when you see a camera shot of him. I think he looks like a young Tom Cruise.
He does a little bit. Yeah, I can see that.
A little risky business right there. Final 30 seconds of the half. Here's Reynolds. Back all the way to the 23, throwing across his body. Amazing it was that close to a completion, but Victor Tucker could not come down with it. There is a flag down. 15 seconds left on the clock. And this last Charlotte drive has not gone as the 49ers at home.
Foul, roughing the passer, defense number 50, 15-yard penalty.
Malcolm
and automatic
Coates
first down.
got an extra shot at Chris Reynolds there. That'll bail the 49ers out a little bit, but still only 15 seconds left. Charlotte sitting with those 2 timeouts.
And you see the ball clearly thrown and the shove. It seems simultaneous. That seems a little too close for me. Even as a former quarterback, that's not one I would have called if I was that official. But now it does, I mean, with the wind at your back, long field goals possible, so the opportunity to steal points still very much alive for Charlotte here.
First penalty against Buffalo. 15 ticks left. Now in midfield after the personal foul. Here's Reynolds stepping up. Doesn't feel the backside pressure. Ball comes out, and it's recovered by Mack. Ladarius Mack of Buffalo. And they were very close to a scoop and score there. There's 4 seconds left on the clock.
And Kuntz just had the bad mistake. But he makes up for it here, reeling from the backside. It's so difficult when you're a quarterback because you think the pressure is all behind you. You think you're moving up towards the line of scrimmage. And then sure enough, being blindsided by a big defensive end is so difficult to hang on to the football. So critical error in these last couple drives by Chris Reynolds and some really nice plays along the defensive front for the Buffalo Bolts.
That very nearly bounced right up into the hands of Chibuzi Awuka. And Onwuka could have scooped and scored that, would have been right down the field for a touchdown. 4 seconds left to play in the half. Diana.
Yeah, guys, we know that Lee Mack's brother, Khalil Mack, with the Chicago Bears. Well, right now they're getting ready to face the Chiefs, and he's on his phone between meetings, keeping an eye on his brother. He saw the early touchdown, and boy, I hope he just saw that.
There's Khalil, little camera shy there, huh?
I love it. I love it. How great a player, man, Khalil Mack. Unbelievable. And I'll tell you what, Ladarius is impressive. Very athletic, has a nice spin move. I wonder where he learned that one from.
Yeah, right.
The coaches, and talking to Coach Leipold, he said that he's his own man. You know, he's his own guy. He doesn't necessarily want to be compared to Khalil at every step.
Except he wears 52. Pick any other number. Khalil Mack was in the news recently doing a nice thing. Paid that $80,000 bill on the layaway programs for all the customers at the Walmart in his hometown. $80,000. Just made those layaway plans all go away. Good on Khalil Mack and good on Ladarius Mack being there able to recover the play. Tomorrow we'll have 3 more bowl games for you on ESPN. Central Michigan squares off against San Diego State in the New Mexico Bowl at 2 Eastern. FIU and Arkansas State in the Camella Bowl. And at 9, the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. Get a good look at App State, had a fine season. They'll take on UAB. Triple header for you tomorrow. UAB was in the one blowout we've actually had in the Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl history. 2 years ago, they fell to Ohio 41-6. But other than that game, you take that out of the equation, the average margin of victory has been about 5.5 points. This has been a close bowl game, although Buffalo has a 17-0 lead. And let's see if they're able to get a last-second opportunity here. 6 seconds left. They're going into the wind. And a timeout taken by Coach Leipold. See the history. I mentioned the Ohio UAB game, and the bowl started with a bang. Western Kentucky and Central Michigan, a 1-point thriller. Had the kick return, 1 second left, the return just down the field, laterals and passes and craziness, and then trying to go for 2 to win it with Central Michigan and Western Kentucky able to hang on. That play wound up, the last play of that game with 1 second left, wound up being number 2 in the ESPY Play of the Year voting. So, but it's been an excellent bowl. Obviously, the hospitality has been great. And I tell people, if you can't go to the New Year's 6, I would say this would be the 7th bowl. Right. This is kind of where you want to be, people. Wake up.
There's nothing better than seeing the reaction from the players when they find out they're going to the Bahamas Bowl. I mean, what an experience.
With all due respect to other bowl locations, this would have to be high on anybody's list.
You've been here how many years in a row now?
Every one of them.
Every single one.
Keith Jackson had the Rose Bowl.
There you go. The unofficial official voice of the Bahamas Bowl.
Final play, we think, of the first half. And it's going to be intercepted and maybe a return. It's Gibbs who had himself the best half of any Charlotte defender. And he makes the interception to end the first half. $17-0 at halftime. Buffalo leads. Matt Barry is standing by, along with Emmanuel Acho and Jesse Palmer. Take it away, Matt, it's all yours from Paradise.
Welcome back to Capital One Bowl Mania.
It's football in paradise. We welcome you back to the Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl as part of Capital One Bowl Mania. Halftime. just about coming to an end. Buffalo a 17-0 lead over Charlotte with Greg McElroy, Diana Rossini on the field. I'm Steve Levy. I mean, every other sense about Charlotte was about fun, having a good time. Nobody's going to have more fun than we are. Well, I'm not sure they're having that much fun. They're losing 17-0 at the half.
Yeah, struggled really getting a whole lot going offensively. And if you look at them, they've done a pretty good job, though, throughout the course of the 12-game regular season of clawing back. They have 3 comebacks in the second half after trailing at halftime, so don't count out Charlotte just yet.
Let's look at some of the big moments from that first half. Today's holiday highlights brought to you by Macy's.
Yeah, and it's really been about the defense for Buffalo. They've done a great job with Benny LeMay, tackling him, not allowing a ton of opportunities. His last 5 carries have gone for a total of 5 yards. So they've really rallied to the football, and then the turnovers were huge. This relentless defense in front, getting home and hitting Chris Reynolds, dislodging the football, and see Mack picking it up. And a good job, too, by the defensive line, getting their hands up, tipping the pass to allow Patterson an opportunity to intercept it. It's really been about Buffalo's defense, and Charlotte's got to find some opportunities both on the ground and through the air to get something going, because this Bulls defense has been stout.
Let's go down to the field. Here's Diana Rossini.
Yeah, Charlotte head coach Will Healy not happy, guys. He says he feels like this Buffalo team just wants it more than his men. He says his offensive linemen were dealing with some injuries on those first 2 quarters, but he says they're much better now. So he said look for that run game to open up. In terms of the red zone, he says we got to do better there. He said the tone for this quarter, though, will be this defense. We'll see.
And, of course, Charlotte will have to start on defense. Jonathan Cruz will kick it away. Back deep. Aiken and Nunn. And the ball with the wind falls off the tee there. I do not believe Ron Cook is playing. He was supposed to be thought to be a big part of the Buffalo offense, both in the return game, catching a couple passes. They line up all over the place. We knew he was questionable coming in, and to be a game-time decision. He was out there warming up, but I've yet to see action from him today. True freshman, very talented, from Temple Hills, Maryland. Ball on a tee for now. And now it's off. It's been a windy couple of, you're not going to get a lot of sympathy, McElroy, for there's a little wind and a little rain in the Bahamas for your extended stay here, but winds could get, as you see, 26 miles an hour. Died down a little bit around kickoff time. Sun attempted to peek out. The lights are on here at the stadium. And after the second time, they'll have the player come over and hold the football for Jonathan Cruz. Was already angry at the wind, had a 33-yard field goal get pushed wide by the wind. And it takes a bounce, the 3, and into the end zone. Take a look at our first half stats. Brought to you by Dollar General. What jumps off the page at you there?
Well, you just look at those total yards. It feels like Buffalo's dominating because of the turnovers in the short field. They've had some opportunities. The turnovers, 2 against 1. The one for Buffalo was on a heave, on a Hail Mary throw at the end of the half. So it's really more like 2 against 0 when you evaluate that. Third down's been problematic for Charlotte as well. So they got to get something going on first and second down to make those third downs a little more manageable.
Kyle Van Treese, you see the numbers on him from the first half, with Jarrett Patterson behind him in the backfield. First down and 10 for the 25. Van Treese comes out throwing and completing the Daniel Lee. His first catch. He'll pick up 6 on the play. And that's how you come out of halftime.
More tempo from this Buffalo team. Not what they really rely on, but using it here.
Here is Patterson spinning away from defenders. Really showed you all the skills there on first down. And it was really a 5-yard run. You saw just about everything, right? You saw the speed, a little burst, and the power as well. There's a spin move, complete package.
I mean, you just see how difficult it is to bring to the ground. You see 5 or 6 Charlotte 49er players that are right there with a hand on his jersey, and yet he's able to surge forward for the conversion.
Out to the 36, move the sticks. Charlotte creeping up. There's your classic 8 in the box.
Yeah, they love to bring pressure. The deepest guy on the defense is only 9 yards deep. I think they're anticipating run here.
And Buffalo will oblige with Jaret Patterson. We met with Buffalo's offensive coordinator, Andy Kotelnicki, and he gave Patterson the highest compliment you possibly could. He said any dad would be proud to have his son grow up to be Jaret Patterson. And the interesting story about Jaret and his twin brother, James is the guy everybody wanted. He was the big recruit. And in the beginning, at least, Jaret was kind of a throw-in. The two twins wanted to go to school together. Buffalo offered Jaret, and then James said okay, and here they are. And of course, James is an excellent player. There's no question about that. One of the leaders on the defense, but people are talking about Jaret Patterson nationally. Bit of an errant throw there, intended for Antonio Nunn. Hits the dirt. And there a look at the two brothers, Jaret and James Patterson from Glendale, Maryland.
I love it. I love it. Especially that number 66. You know, probably a little too big. Maybe play on the offensive line. Couldn't carry the football. So put him up front. And obviously those two guys have really developed into excellent players. And a big reason why Buffalo is on the cusp of another 8-win season.
3rd down and 8. Charlotte needs to get off the field right here. Van Treese thrown on the out and incomplete. Looked like that was going to be on a catch. Let's see a replay on that.
Yeah, that was a
Trevor Wilson had it in his hands and right through them.
It's a perfect throw. I mean, right on the face mask, and that's difficult to do just given the conditions today. And Wilson just a little bit lose a little focus there as the ball flies right through his hands.
Freshman from Tallahassee.
Might have been coming with some extra oomph, though. I think with that wind behind you, that ball might have been traveling 3 or 4 miles per hour faster than it usually would. So maybe it got on him quicker than he was anticipating.
Jackson Balter is back to punt from his own 26 or so. Nafis Lyon drifting back from his 15 to make a run. And he's out to the 24-yard line, 47-yard punt. 9 yards on the return. Charlotte gets off the field. Now they need to get on the scoreboard. Back in the Bahamas, Charlotte football trailing 17-0. If you know even one thing nationally about the 49ers football program this year, it's a derivative of Charlotte. It's club lit, and people are buzzing about it, but it's only if they win, Diana Rossini.
That's right, but there are people in the college world who tell Will Healy to tell his team to act like they've been there before, and he says, yeah, but we haven't. Healy is the creator of Club Lit. It's chaos, it's strobe lights, it's bass thumps. It even has its own size, and his thought is he wants to have his guys feel and remember what it is to win. That way they stay motivated.
On the ground, Chris Reynolds, quarterback. He'll duck under for 1 yard. You want some pictures and some video, and see the mascot there. Who's inside that mascot? Take the head off. There you go.
It's Will Healy. Yeah. It's just, I mean, going crazy, man.
Club Lit. That's inside the Charlotte locker room, and obviously they take it a little on the road, but it's not the same. I'm not sure internationally how Club Lit would look should they come back and win here today. But I know they've got donors. They are totally doing over the home locker room in Charlotte. And Club Lit is playing a big role in that. Ryan Carrier, his first catch, the tight end. But it's all gets back to the fun and the philosophy that Healy and his staff, we had a chance to sit down with all the coordinators at the same time. They're just laughing the whole time, and they're having a blast.
They're all best football. Friends. They're all best friends. I mean, this whole staff are his friends and guys that have, obviously, they're very familiar with the type of philosophy and culture that they're trying to create. And I think when you're having fun, it makes it easier to go to work. And when you go into work and working hard, the results come. It's been amazing to watch Charlotte turn this thing around.
It's a big first-year staff. Reynolds throwing and completing to Victor Tucker on a 3rd and 2, got just enough. Able to work on Devin Russell there for first down yardage. When that whole staff came together the first 2-3 months, before the wives and the kids all moved in, they all lived together, called it a frat house. And there's no question they enjoy each other's company, and winning has definitely come from that. They're a bit of a hole here today.
Yeah, it's amazing, though, to see what they've turned around. I mean, this staff, when he was at Austin Peay, to do what he did there is nothing short of remarkable. And obviously, Charlotte, not a place with a ton of tradition, but they're creating some now. Probably the most exciting time in school history for football.
Off the play fake, Reynolds steps up and fires. Deep shot, middle of the field, just beyond the reach of Victor Turner. And the coverage from Ali Abbas.
Good job up front, working off play action, giving him tons of time. A nice step up from Reynolds. The ball sails just a little bit. Pretty accurate, though, under the circumstances. Just a hair lower, and that might have been the biggest play of the game for the 49ers.
Abbas came in earlier to replace a pre-Washington who was banged up. And second down and 10. Will Healy took the 256th college head coaching job out of 256 college head coaching jobs. At Austin Peay, they were struggling. It's Michaelius Elder able to turn the corner and wipe out some Bulls along the way on that sideline to gain a 7 on the play. And so you want to talk about starting at the bottom, you really do. Will Healy did just that. They had lost the Governors had lost 29 straight games. They finally beat a non-scholarship team. And as Diana was talking about, acting she'd been there before, they had 6 celebration penalties. The fans tore down the goalposts, cigars in the locker room, much like at Alabama. But the similarities probably stopped there. It's been quite a story. And Will Healy, his wife just asks, can you keep your shirt on? Does the taking the shirt off have to be your go-to move? And so far it's worked. Here's Reynolds scrambling to his left, lowers the shoulder, and is helicoptered out of bounds at the 38. Devin Russell came over to make the big stop. And it's 4th.
That was a huge hit. I mean, I don't know if he could do it over again.
Wow.
I think he might try to throw that one because I think he had a tight end out in the flats. It looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field, though, knowing the points are at a premium and possessions are huge.
Yep.
Last time Buffalo had an extended drive, they had it for 8 minutes, and they just can't afford to potentially put their defense in that type of spot again.
Ball spotted at the 43 on 4th down and 4. Reynolds under some pressure, pocket collapses, had to get rid of it, and it goes incomplete. Christian Roberson was the tight end. He was tied up quickly by Matt Otwinowski. You see Otwinowski there. Defensive play to break up the pass.
The Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl. Brought to you by Capital One. This is banking reimagined. And Pizza Hut, official pizza of college football. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
It's always a big part of the Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl. 2 schools who are in attendance giving back to the youth of the Bahamas. Players and coaches from the Bulls and 49ers held a youth football clinic. Mix of fun and learning. Lots of smiles everywhere. And everybody who participated in the clinic got to leave with a t-shirt and a ticket to today's game. Get a chance to see some big-time college football, Buffalo and Charlotte. Dominic Taylor was the injured player for Charlotte. He's being attended to in the medical tent for the 49ers. Buffalo takes over. On downs, Jarrett Patterson trying the left side. Looks to hurdle the defender. And he's out of bounds at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 8 on the play. Patterson getting up there.
Going vertical. I like it. That's 3rd or 4th time that we've seen guys jump, and it's resulted in flips.
The Feast Lion was the player he hurdled.
Right here's your 2nd and short here, Steve. This might be a spot where I go play action, maybe try to take a shot downfield, seeing how tight those safeties are playing.
My man. Marks is in there with Patterson. They're going to keep it on the ground with Jarrett Patterson. On 2nd and 1, got the necessary yardage, picked up 3 on the play. Clock will wind. Under 8.5 to play in the 3rd quarter. Buffalo enjoying a 17-0 lead. Talked so much about Will Healy. Lance Leipold is a story in himself. Come out of a Division III program, Wisconsin Whitewater. Had a 1-loss record of 109-6. How's that for a winning percentage?
6 national championships.
Yes.
I mean, the list goes on. I think Lance Leipold is amazing. I think he's so good. He's a program builder and does an incredible job.
Van Treese will take a shot on 1st down and 10. And that's how we opened. Antonio Nunn trying to haul in another touchdown pass. And it goes a long incompletion.
And Lance Leipold, I mean, to do it at Wisconsin Whitewater as consistently as they've done it, and then obviously to make the leap now to the FBS, and just how quickly he got Buffalo to a 10-win season.
Yep.
I mean, he's amongst his peers, he's one of the most respected coaches out there. I mean, people just think the world of him, and I do too. I think he has an incredible way of building a program and sustaining excellence.
He was just on the screen with Newt Rockne, Nick Saban, Dabo Swinney.
Pretty good.
Here's Patterson. And we should point out that Coach Leipold wanted to wish the best of luck to Wisconsin Whitewater. They will play tonight in the Division III National Championship game. And you can watch that game on ESPNU this evening.
Critical 3rd down here for Charlotte's defense. They absolutely have to get off the field. A touchdown here could essentially end it. So probably the biggest play defensively, and it looks like they're going to bring all-out pressure with where their safeties are playing.
They've done a nice job against Highsmith. Has really not been a factor in the game for that Charlotte defense. Running it, Patterson on 3rd down and 4. Good second effort, still won't get there, gets 3, and it's a 4th and 1 upcoming.
Looks like Buffalo is going to keep their offense on the field. I like that call too. Kicking game, no guarantees today under the circumstances with the wind and the weather. You got to trust that veteran offensive line. See if they lean on him here on short yardage.
Everybody up. And definitely a player. Might have been Tommy Doctor in the neutral zone, unless he was drawn offside.
Offside. Defense number 90. A 5-yard penalty results in a 1st down.
That's Tommy Doctor, the Buffalo native. See big 90 there?
Yeah, there he is, right there, right over the right guard. I mean, these are the little things that Lance Leipold does. I mean, go up, hard count, and then you look back. Do we want to run a play? No. If not, maybe take a timeout. But it's really just the little things, the little details that give you a fresh set of downs right there that make him really stand out. And it's a tremendous tribute to his coaching staff and the things they think through.
1st down and 10 at the 18 of Charlotte. Van Treese out of the gun, gets some pressure, got rid of it quickly to the tight end LaFave, and he is wrestled out of bounds. Mentioned haven't seen a whole lot of Alex Highsmith do anything big so far today. Jeff Gemmel also, who was the all-time leading tackler in Charlotte history. I don't think I've called his name either, and it's really a credit to the scouting and the preparation for Buffalo, sort of neutralizing those 2 key defenders.
Absolutely, and the big thing is how quickly Van Treese is getting the ball out of his hands. I mean, they haven't had really any extended dropbacks that would allow Highsmith a chance to rush the passer. He's made a couple plays in the run game, but rushing the passer has been non-existent because of how quickly Van Treese is getting the ball out.
1st and goal now from the 6. Patterson spinning, goal line in, touchdown. Jarrett Patterson, and the Bulls strike again.
This is a great run by Jarrett Patterson. I mean, just physical, relentless, not allowing his forward momentum to be stopped, running through Gemmel, one of the best tacklers in Conference USA. And Patterson finds pay dirt for the 11th time in the last 3 games, which is pretty amazing.
Here's McNulty on for the extra point. Snapper is Jeremiah Reardon. Jackson Balter will hold, and McNulty boots it through. So the Patterson boys are having themselves an afternoon. Jarrett with the offense, James on defense. College football playoff semifinals, Saturday, December 28th on ESPN and the ESPN app. The Heisman winner, Joe Burrow, and number 1 LSU take on number 4 Oklahoma, the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl at 4. Then it's Ohio State and Clemson in the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl. Should be a couple of great matchups and showdowns. And the national championship game is just set up to be great, no matter how the semifinals work out.
No doubt.
Guaranteed having a blast there one way or the other. McNulty kicks it out of the end zone. Touchback out to the 25-yard line. And we'll see what Charlotte has and what they can do on offense. And Alex Atkins, he's an offensive line coach in addition to offensive coordinator, so he came in thinking, hey, we're just going to run the football here. And he said, well, I got Benny LeMay. I got a 1,000-yard rusher. Don't want to mess that up, try to feed him. But they need to do more than just hand off the football here now, down 24-0.
Yeah, they need to start at least pressing the issue downfield. They've really only attempted one throw downfield, and it was just incomplete off play action. So they got to start forcing the issue.
There we go. Flip to Elder. The wide receiver came around from LeMay. And pick up a few yards on the play. 2nd down and 7. So getting creative, at least, taking that opportunity.
Yeah, no doubt. And they really have done a great job, Buffalo has, just stopping the standard run game that we see from Charlotte. Outside of the first 5 or 6 carries of the day for LeMay, there's really been nothing going. So they have to get creative in trying to create some yardage on the ground and start to force the issue downfield. You got to be careful with these pass rushers that Buffalo has, but at some point you got to take a shot to loosen up that defense.
2nd down and 7. Here's Reynolds. Got some pressure, trying to spin out of it. Throwing awkwardly across his body. Hooks up with Elder, who came back to the ball and makes a big play, and that's a 1st down for Charlotte. Gain of 15.
You also got to start thinking, not just yet, but you got to start thinking tempo, just to get the rhythm going offensively. They're not a real big tempo team. They will use it from time to time. There hasn't been much rhythm offensively for Charlotte throughout the course of really the last 2 quarters. So I'd see them go with a little bit more no huddle here in the final 20 minutes.
Taylor Riggins had some pressure there for Buffalo. They fake it to Elder and give it to LeMay. And it's Benny LeMay approaching midfield. Gain of 8 on the play. Clock winds under 4 minutes to play in this 3rd quarter. 24-0, the UB Bulls.
You got to give a little love sometimes to the offensive line, Steve. This is what you call a pancake block. You watch this. Big number 75, who's in for the injured Dominic Taylor, just made his presence felt along the line of scrimmage.
LeMay, the run, Eddie Wilson brought him down after the stop. Dominic Taylor was injured. We told you that last sequence. He remains out. And it's a 3rd down and 1 out of the 47.5. To be specific. 3rd and 1. Reynolds all alone in the backfield, out of the shotgun. Now motions LeMay that way. Reynolds will keep it and has enough for the 1st down. Needed 1, got 2, and that'll move the chains. Chris Reynolds, a former walk-on. I mean, no offers. I mean, like 0. And he winds up here at Charlotte. Has done an unbelievable job with his team.
He has, and he doesn't check the measurable boxes. I mean, he's generously 5'8", 5'9", in that vicinity. He's listed at 5'11", but he's physically gifted as a runner and has done a really nice job. I think his intangibles are what have him in the driver's seat. There was a big competition between him and Brett Keane, the backup quarterback, and it was clear to the fans and clear to the team and clear to the coaches that Chris Reynolds certainly possessed that chip on the shoulder and the kind of mentality that they want from their quarterback and leading them into this new era of Charlotte football.
Well, it sounded like the coaches were really the last to find out. They were, when they finally announced that Chris Reynolds won the job, the players said, yeah, we knew all along. We just wanted to make sure you guys knew as well. So he was the team favorite. They have certainly fallen in line with him and gotten behind Chris Reynolds. But the fact that he is a walk-on with no offers to come into this, and be the leader he has. Really shows you all along, right? Like, you know, and you never knew what you had, right? Because in camp, you don't really hit the quarterback.
Right.
So you never know exactly what you have until you go live. As you see Ladarius Mack, he was attended to, able to walk off the field on his own.
Yeah, glad to see Ladarius Mack up and moving. Hopefully he'll be okay. But sometimes you just need to play. Sometimes you just need to go out and be a gamer. And that's what Reynolds is. Because if you look at him, and you just saw him throwing in shorts and stuff, you're probably, all right. But then you put him on game day under the bright lights with live action and bullets flying. That's when the best comes to the forefront.
On 1st down and 10, it's McAllister in motion. Reynolds is in trouble. Tried the wheel route to McAllister, and it falls short. And along those lines, Alex Atkins said, you know, when you go to a high school to recruit a guy, and there's the perfect 6'4", right, 200-pound quarterback, and they're like, everybody's looking at that, the beautiful quarterback, and the coach is saying, no, the other guy you want is over there. He's the 5'8" guy. That's Chris Reynolds.
Yeah, and that's a testament to the type of player he is, because you just love how he plays. I mean, he's not, like you said, he's not going to be a statuesque guy. He's going to be scrappy, but you're going to get everything he's got every single week, and you got to appreciate a guy that approaches the position that way.
2nd down and 10. I got 1 second to snap and just get it away in time. Reynolds still holding with it off a good play fake and finds Victor Tucker across the middle down to the 20. Here's Tucker down to the 5, stays inbounds somehow for the touchdown. And Charlotte, just like that, is on the board. Reynolds to Victor Tucker for a 51-yard score.
2-point conversion coming. Trying to make this a 2-score game. How about this? A little RPO, no problem. Feet are settled. And Tucker does the rest. It's a nice, accurate throw from Reynolds. And Tucker has been the guy that they've relied on so heavily through the air all year. And especially when they got to have it situations, which this is certainly one of those. Tucker's the guy that they're going to favor and look towards. Does a great job of providing a spark after what was pretty disappointing effort offensively from Charlotte for the better part of the last 3 quarters, as you see it tightrope the sideline and find the end zone.
That's nearly twice as long as any other play for the 49ers. Will Healy's coaching them up. They're still in this game, going for a 2-point conversion here. Reynolds under center. Going to Tucker again, lowers the helmet and nothing doing. Otwanowski made sure of it. Matt Otwanowski, who is playing in his final game and is the true leader of that Buffalo defense, said that is not happening on my watch.
He saw that short motion, and Otwanowski went straight for Tucker. I've seen so many teams start to use that. New Orleans Saints really made it very popular with Michael Thomas. We've seen LSU use that play, that little short motion. It's almost like a reverse bubble screen. You get so much forward momentum, and Otwanowski said, no, sir. I'm going to sniff that one out and make a play on the ball. Great play.
Keeps it at 24-6 now, 2:20 left in the 3rd. Bowl season continues tomorrow on ABC. Started at noon, Alcorn State in North Carolina. A&T collide the Celebration Bowl. And then the nightcap, Coach Pete coaches his final game for Washington against his former team, 19th ranked Boise State, in the Mitsubishi Motors Las Vegas Bowl. That should be a dandy from Vegas. Everything's good in Vegas. Things are pretty good here in the Bahamas as well, especially from Buffalo. So a little spark, something for Will Healy and his team to rally around in a 24-6 game now. That's Patterson back deep for Buffalo, along with Aiken. It's a short, high kick and a fair catch at the 24-yard line. Take a look back at our Makers Wanted Elk Grove Village Drive recap.
And if you look at Buffalo, I mean, the star today has been Jarrett Patterson. So athletic, so gifted. almost never goes down at first contact as he runs through Gemmel there and finishes in the end zone. He's been outstanding throughout the course of the day, and really, I don't know if there's a running back that's playing better in college football over the final 3 games. Think about 11 touchdowns, well north of 500 yards. He has been absolutely electric for the Bulls this season.
92 yards rushing so far in the game here today. That's Buffalo chew on the clock a little bit here, up 24-6. They do hand off to Kevin Marks. It's out to about the 28-yard line for a gain of 2.
Buffalo's one of those teams too, Steve. The way they run the football and the way they rush the passer, they're a really good team when they have the lead. And this is where you challenge that offensive line. Say, hey, we can probably take this thing down as low as we want. So we're going to have some long, time-consuming drives and just churn out yards and plays. So the challenge is going to be on those 5 guys up front to lead them to the victory and hang on to this lead.
Here's Van Trace, they're throwing. Dangerous pass, nearly intercepted. Antonio Nunn could not haul it in. Marquell Osborne had the coverage, and that was the question. Would it be Osborne or Lyon to cover Antonio Nunn today?
And it's good coverage there. A little contact at the top of the route, but no problems. I don't think it's necessary to throw a flag, but a little surprised they decided to drop back and throw it. The most demoralizing thing is seeing a team run the ball against you, and with the lead and the clock rolling, I'm surprised they opted to go to the air.
3rd down and 8. That's Nunn in motion. Have to throw it now, Van Trace. It's Nunn, and the ball squirts out, incomplete. And Charlotte's going to get the football right back here. So nothing doing on that Buffalo drive. And it's the first 3 and out for the Bulls all game.
I really don't like that sequence there from Buffalo's offensive coordinator, Andy Kotelnicki. Look at the slip there on the angle route. It's a difficult route to defend, and if that throw was a little higher and he doesn't slip, they're probably going to have a first down. But I don't like throwing it on 2nd and 3rd down there, especially knowing that Charlotte just seized momentum.
Jackson Balter is back deep. Got a freshman punter from Orlando. Roll to his right and kick it away. The Feast Lion takes a bounce. It's a Buffalo bounce. All the way down where it will stick at the 29-yard line. It's a 44-yard punt for Balter. Down to Diana on the field.
Hey, Steve, you'll see on 3rd down the Charlotte guy standing up on the sideline holding up 5 fingers, and they just yell and scream at the same time. Well, it turns out it's a war thing. They learned it from Army, and what it actually means is we are relentless.
One of the 4 major pillars of this program, WAR. We are relentless. Also, they celebrate success. That's another pillar. The dunk can to celebrate turnovers has been impressive. And, of course, the hype squad on the sideline. So 4 major pillars on game day for the Charlotte team.
See if they got something else to celebrate. Here's Victor Tucker on a handoff and an end around. And it's a pickup of 13. Got it going for the first down. They do like to celebrate. In camp, in fact, Will Healy shut down a practice. They had a touchdown, and he said his guys did not celebrate enough. We're going to do it again. So not the play that was the touchdown. We're going to do again the celebration. I mean, that's really taking it to the full extent.
They dance after every play. It's essentially a dance contest on every single snap in practice.
You got to get ready for Club Lit.
Absolutely.
Post game after a victory, but they trail 24-6 here. And Reynolds still has the football. He is taken down from behind. Malcolm Kuntz got a fistful of Charlotte jersey to bring him down.
They tried to go with the exact same play that was the big hitter, trying to get Tucker on that little post route to the outside. The RPO, you see the footwork's the exact same. This time, however, the offensive line and Ryan Carrier there trying to block Kuntz. Unable to keep number 50 in front. He's been disruptive all day. Forced the fumble earlier, gets his 2nd sack there.
Tied in the MAC with Ladarius Mack for sacks with second in the conference. Has a couple here today, and that's going to take us to the end of quarter number 3. Little spark for Charlotte. They get on the board. They've got the football. We'll see what else they can do with it. 24-6 heading to the 4th. Back in Nassau, the Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl. Glorious accommodations taken care of by the fine folks of Atlantis. Atlantis and Nassau open for business. Come on down and see these people. They got lots of smiles and great hospitality here. Benny LeMay on the ground as we open up the fourth quarter. Steve Levy along with Greg McElroy and Diana Rossini. Just missing Lugs here. We'll have an XFL crew. Where in the world is Tom Luganville today, besides bitter wherever he is?
I would imagine he's probably watching Star Wars, the episode 9 for the third time.
Life on the road with Lugs, that's going to be something.
It's different. It's different. You're going to like it. We're going to have a good time.
All right.
It's going to be awesome.
We should see about that. I'll be the judge of that, if you don't mind. Third down and 8 upcoming. Just about a critical juncture here for Charlotte. Keep that offense on the field. Here's Reynolds trying to run out of some trouble. Needs 8 and very close to the marker. What an effort by Chris Reynolds to make that even close. And they're moving the chains. They're going to give him the spot.
I love the play call. You have great pass rushers on the edges, so you go quarterback draw. And a good job downfield, too.
I thought he was short, Greg.
I did, too. I thought he was a little bit short, but based on the spot, looks as though they didn't even feel like they needed to measure. I'm with you.
Things are a little loose here. Nassau on the Bahamas. We're on island time. Island spotting maybe as well. Handoff. Actually, it's Reynolds will keep it again. Why not? Pickup of 2 on the play. Get that face mask into the dirt. We wondered how the field would hold up with all the rain we've had in the last 3 days here. It's actually done very nicely.
Yeah, it's been good. We've seen a couple guys slip. We saw obviously none on that angle route. That last third down slip there, but for the most part, the field's been solid, drained nicely, and it's provided a great setting.
Second down and 8 at the 46 of Buffalo. Charlotte in no particular hurry. Here's Reynolds rolling to his left, being chased, throws across, Spotty, it's caught at the 21-yard line. Tyler Ringwood makes the catch. It's a gain of 25.
It's a nice job here by Reynolds. This is essentially like a play-action boot. Instead, they fake a little quick game, they roll him out, and he does a good job on the scramble drill finding an open receiver.
On first down and 10, it's LeMay. He'll pick up 6 yards on the play. Ringwood was told this morning by head coach Will Healy that you would be one of the captains. Tyler Ringwood and Tommy Doctor, not normally captains, were added as captains for this game. Two Buffalo natives, and that gives you a sense that Will Healy's got his finger on the pulse. Something to get nice from the head coach there.
Absolutely. Really cool. Really cool that they would do a tribute like that before the game.
Second and 4 from the 14. Reynolds under center now. Buffalo's loaded up. Reynolds trying to get rid of it. Trying to wheel it to LeMay. And James Patterson had the coverage.
It was a great job by Patterson. Usually when you do that fake rollout and the next thing you know you sneak that running back out on the wheel, usually he's wide open. But a good job by Patterson reading his keys and covering up the running back. Probably used to covering his brother. You know, that's probably what it comes down to.
Patterson is a team captain. Third down and 4.
4 down territory for sure for Charlotte. Field goal's not going to do them any good at this point of the game.
2 tight ends, bottom of your screen, Roberson and Carrier. Here's Reynolds going to try to run for it. Nowhere near it, down to the 15. Eddie Wilson wasn't buying that, the sophomore from Jersey City. And it's going to be 4th down.
Now, this was a good job. They overrushed the passer last time and allowed that quarterback draw. This time they go with an internal twist with their 2 defensive tackles and create an opportunity. And because of the lost yardage, it looks like they're going to opt for a field goal to make it a 2-score game. Surprised by this move, frankly.
Here's Cruz. He missed from 33, but that was down at the other end. Jonathan Cruz with the win from 32 this time. Snap of the play's good. The wind is blowing it around and gets it through. Jonathan Cruz. The field goal. 10:50 to go in the fourth quarter in a 15-point game. So look, everybody wants to come to the Bahamas, especially these two football programs. If anybody has the slightest issue with it, maybe it's the poor equipment people. Coming to an international bowl like this has a unique set of circumstances. Every single piece of equipment, from footballs to towels, they had to account for each and every pen and pad to clear customs, loaded on trucks, shipped via boat, and clear customs on this side to move to their practice facility, onto the island, and then to the stadium. And both equipment teams having to deal with this issue. So again, unique challenges, but it's part of the experience here.
Worth it when you get there, that's for sure.
Yeah. Onside kick?
Not yet. Not with how your defense is playing. I don't think at this point you have to go there just yet.
We were both surprised that Charlotte elected to kick the field goal there. Does make it a 15-point game. We understand. And the kick is in the air and is very short. Antonio Nunn calls for the fair catch. And we will see the Buffalo offense back on the field. So I was told some of the Buffalo equipment, maybe it's the same thing for Charlotte, they're unable to watch the second half. They have to wait outside, waiting for the shipping containers to come and start packing up the two programs while the game is going on. The poor equipment people, they don't even get to watch the second half because once this bad boy's over, they got to get moving, get to the airport, and get out of town, if you will. So,
oh my goodness.
But they are packing up as we speak, making sure everything is accounted for.
Well, both Charlotte and Buffalo need to save space because this game's still very much undecided.
Yes.
Save space for a trophy in your shipping container, potentially. Obviously, you got to take that into account. It's important hardware.
Charlotte has all 3 timeouts remaining. Trailing 24-9. Here's Buffalo with the football. They expect them to keep it on the ground with Jarrett Patterson and Kevin Marks. They'll push the pile with Patterson. And after all of that, it's a 7-yard gain. That might be the ugliest 7-yard gain, except for an offensive lineman, of course. Patterson will take the yardage, and the clock will wind.
And this is what I think Buffalo should have done on the last drive, frankly. Instead, they ran the ball on first down, threw it on second and third. Their calling card is with the run game, and with Patterson more specifically. I want to feature those 2 running backs. I want to feature this offensive line. I want to try to put together an extended drive here without throwing into what is a 25-mile-per-hour wind gust. So expect a more conservative plan from him this time, and expect him to really lean on that ground attack that's gotten him to this point.
Second down and 3. Hand it to Patterson again. That puts him over 100 yards on the afternoon, and it'll be close to a first down for Jarrett Patterson. That's now 6 consecutive games with at least 100 yards rushing. What a machine back there for the Buffalo offense.
Unbelievable. They're just so consistent. They're so powerful and so elusive. You got to think here, he's got to get another look at it here on 3rd and 1. Maybe that dive play inside when they line up under center. It looks like they might be keeping him, in shotgun potentially, or pistol.
3rd and 1 from the 34. Van Treese hands it off to Patterson. He's got first down yardage. 5 yards on the play. Saw another shot of Will Healy. Healy said he was out at one of the, having some good time at the water slides and at the park, and he comes across some Buffalo players in their T-shirts and hats or whatever, and he said, "Oh, you guys are here to play a football game?" And of course, the Buffalo players don't recognize Healy. Healy goes to the Buffalo players, "Hey, who are you guys playing against?" And they say Charlotte, and Healy goes, "Do they have a football team?" and he said, "I wasn't aware they had a football team either." He's the head coach of Charlotte, but he was unrecognizable at the moment by the Buffalo players. Kind of funny comments. That's kind of the respect they're trying to build up in Charlotte here in their first ever bowl game. Their 5th season in the FBS, 7th year as a program. 7-win season here at the bowl to gain a 9 there.
What a great move here by Patterson. He's got Gemmel right there, and Gemmel's had a tough time today He's the leading tackler, has gone over 300 tackles in his career, but man, he is struggling with Jaret Patterson. You see the little wiggle right there and burst to the outside. You see some of that elusiveness and that ability to stop and start and accelerate quickly, make Patterson so difficult to contain.
Second down and 1, under 8 minutes to go now in a fast-moving football game. On the ground, another first down for Jaret Patterson. He was the MAC Freshman of the Year a year ago, so I think everyone sort of had an idea of what the Bulls had with Jaret Patterson. Set a school rushing yardage and touchdown record this season. 5th in the nation overall in rushing yardage, and continues to churn out those tough yards in between the tackles.
I love this young man. I think he's an excellent football player, so well-rounded, and has a very, very bright future, both at Buffalo and I think at the next level as well.
First down and 10 from midfield now. Patterson on the ground. That's amazing, right? Because Charlotte knows what's coming here.
Yeah.
A healthy dose of Patterson, they still can't stop him. And that's credit to the offensive line of the Bulls as well. There is a flag down now. That'll stop the clock with 6:58 left.
So demoralizing to know that you're going up against a big physical offensive line that's trying to impose their will on the ground, and there's nothing you can do about it.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense, number 86. 15-yard penalty, second down. That's number 86's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul.
That's Carlton Todd, the junior from Waterloo, Iowa. Oh, there's a shot, yeah.
And they're going to call that every time. I mean, you can't do that. Your offense is churning. You're running the ball with great efficiency. You got second and short. The only thing that can stop you right now is yourselves.
That's exactly what Leipold's saying.
That's the type of thing that just drives coaches crazy.
Second down and 18 after the penalty. Here's Patterson trying to get some of that back. 26th rushing attempt for Jaret Patterson. That is a new Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl record. He's up to 119 yards on the afternoon.
I'd still run it here.
Sure.
If I'm going to throw it, it's got to be a really high percentage completion, a screen or something behind the line of scrimmage. I just don't want to run the risk of that clock stopping for any reason whatsoever. Plus, my best playmaker is number 26, Jaret Patterson. I want to give him another touch if possible, and who knows, maybe he makes a couple guys miss and somehow finds a way to convert, even though it's unlikely.
It's Daniel Lee in motion, bottom of your screen on 3rd and 17. Van Treese on the draw to Patterson, plenty of running room, and has the first down. Wow, Jaret Patterson on a classic draw on a 3rd and 18, picks up 19. That's how the day's gone for Buffalo.
Yeah, this was just such a great job here, working against man coverage. Man coverage means that the defenders, the defensive backs more specifically, their eyes are on the wide receivers. They're not looking at what's going on in the backfield. So therefore, they're all chasing the guys that they're supposed to be covering. Meanwhile, Patterson is breaking free in the open field. That's a great call, great design, and great execution for Buffalo.
Approaching 5 minutes of play here in the 4th. Patterson again. And Charlotte is helpless. Charlotte is helpless against Jaret Patterson as he rips off another 13 there. And again, credit to that offensive line for the Bulls.
Look at that. I mean, he's just working through defenders. How about him switch arms? He gets that ball to the outside. He kept it in his left arm for a second. He reverses field, gets it back to his right arm to keep it away from defenders. This kid is just so well coached, does all the little things right. There's the switch right there to keep it away from those defenders that could be going for that football.
So far on this drive, Buffalo has snapped the ball 9 times, 9 rushes by Jaret Patterson. First down and 10. At the 25 now is Charlotte. Buffalo looking to add on. Here's Kevin Marks, does not have the same success. No gain there. Coming up later over on ESPN2, we'll get to the second bowl of bowl season. Jordan Love leads Utah State against dual threat quarterback Dustin Crum and Kent State. It's the tropical smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl at 7:30 Eastern. Charlotte won't let that clock bleed down anymore. 49ers taking their first time out. We'll be right back.
The Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl, brought to you by Elk Grove Village, Illinois, is beyond business friendly. Find out why at makerswanted.org. And great clips. It's gonna be great.
Elk Grove Village, home of the largest industrial park in the United States, 6 square miles, 62 million square feet of inventory. The top national destination for a data center in the U.S. with 2 million square feet. And the headline sponsor, the Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl. You a data or data guy?
Data. Are you data?
Caribbean or Caribbean?
Caribbean.
24-9, Buffalo leads, and it's Kevin Marks inside the 20-yard line. We don't know this stuff. We're going to work together.
It's important
critical.
information. We got to iron these things out.
Can you feel the chemistry? It's been working 45 years together. You can't fake this.
No, it can't.
Under 4 minutes to go and another timeout. Charlotte will stop the clock. For Buffalo, this is the people of Western New York, those great football fans, hoping this is part one of a doubleheader. Because the Bills will play a rare critical game for Buffalo in Foxborough tomorrow. The AFC East sort of on the line, or at least it's on the line as it's been in a long, long time. So Buffalo having their way with Charlotte today. We'll see how the Bills do in Foxborough tomorrow. Take a look at the clutch delivery brought to you by Chipotle. I can't wait to see it. We'll get you that clutch delivery on the way. You know, you don't want to make the mistake, the Bills and Bulls. But we were told they have some cooperation in Buffalo. The coaching staff, Sean McDermott's been very helpful for the Bulls program. Last year they actually shared an indoor facility, which begged the question for UB.
Yes. How did you not have an indoor facility was my first question. But a beautiful new facility now that they don't see as much of the Bills, but still a good relationship between these coaching staffs.
3rd down and 3. Handoff is Kevin Marks. So he's going to be just short. Van Tree sort of slipped on that exchange. And another timeout. Charlotte spends their last timeout. 3:56 to go in the 4th, 24-9. And now, as promised, look at the clutch delivery brought to you by Chipotle. Happened a long time ago.
It's a beautiful throwing catch, though, to Nunn on the fade route. First score of the game, first possession of the game. Is beautifully thrown. Thought it was going to be almost exclusively running the football from both Buffalo and from Charlotte, but there have been some big plays through the air throughout the course of the Bahamas Bowl, but none better than that. It's a beautiful throwing catch by Van Treese, and Antonio Nunn.
4th down and 1 from the 16. Van Treese motions a couple players out. Leaves Patterson. Quick check, the really quick check with me, and then a timeout with the play clock winding down.
I love the play there. It's called a freeze play, and you have different levels. As soon as one of those guys jumps into the neutral zone, your offensive line is supposed to reach out and touch them, grab them, and they will whistle it dead. But you have some motions built in, you have some quick motions built in. It's a good deception technique, and it was a good call, I think, there by Buffalo to do it.
Remember, it worked earlier.
Yeah, it did.
They got Tommy Doctor in the neutral zone. That was earlier in the game. So, but Jared Patterson has been the story. Offensively, leading the charge for Buffalo, over 100 yards. That should come as no surprise. 6 consecutive games now going over 100.
He's just so tough to bring down. I mean, in the open field, he's got lateral agility. He's got great quickness. Tremendous vision, being able to cut back and find lanes that most backs can't find. And then he just finishes runs so incredibly well, too. How about this one right here, scoring the touchdown after running right through Jeff Gemmel and a couple other would-be tacklers, completely unfazed by the contact. Been excellent today.
Here's that 4th and 1 play out of the timeout, and it is Patterson for the first down. He took a big shot when he went up and got just enough. And for all the Jarrett Patterson talk, full marks too to Kazarzak, Nosworthy, Nowitzki, Tomas, Jack Kardila, not mentioned, and Jake Fuzak as well. The offensive linemen up front who've done a great job for Buffalo.
Yeah, they've set the tone, and in particular the left side of that offensive line. Two seniors in Kazarzak and Nosworthy, and those guys have done such a great job over the course of their career, and it's looking like they're going to be bowl champions for the first time in their program's history, so a lot to be proud of with what they've built this season.
On first down and goal, more Patterson. I guess I should end the drama. Today's Capital One player of the game. You want to take a shot here?
I'm going to go with Jarrett Patterson. I think that's a pretty safe assumption, just given how meaningful he's been. I'd love to give it to all 5 offensive linemen, but Jarrett Patterson, a worthy recipient. What a tremendous season, and what a great game today.
30 carries, 160 yards now. 11 carries on this drive alone. You know, you don't see the 30 carry performance much. You don't see it in the NFL. You certainly don't see it in college either.
Very rarely. But he can certainly handle that load, that's for sure.
2.5 to play. Patterson, you know, for all the yardage, and they're winning the game handily, Patterson's going to feel this tomorrow, right?
Oh, there's no doubt.
He's been banging around a little bit.
And you got to give credit to Charlotte, too. They've done some good things. I mean, they haven't really allowed any big plays. I mean, for the most part, they've kind of held in check. Their longest run they've given up is 21 yards, and it's certainly nothing to be ashamed of. So I think if you look at Charlotte, their offense is kind of what was disappointing for them today, but their defense has done enough to give them some opportunities, just have had a really difficult time getting off the field on some of these long, time-consuming drives.
3rd down and 5 upcoming, under 2 minutes to play now in the game. Here's Patterson trying to get to the end, and he will waltz into the end zone. Touchdown, Jarrett Patterson, the cherry on top.
Great job by this left side. Tight ends and the left side of the offensive line untouched. I mean, great contact up front. Run through the would-be tackler there as he lunged for the feet. And Patterson finds pay dirt yet again. What a performance from the sophomore.
Hey, that's what I was going to say. He's a sophomore. His bet is probably yet to come. 30 carries for 80 yards. 13 carries, I beg your pardon, for 80 yards on that drive alone for Jarrett Patterson. And the extra point is good for Alex McNulty. Buffalo's on their way to their first bowl win in program history. Sage and Kevin are standing by at Sports Center. They'll take some subtle jabs at me for getting the Bahamas Bowl again. Stephen A will join the show. His take on Joel Embiid tonight, plus the different ways that Dak and Carson will handle the pressure on Sunday, and our college football betting guide. Sports Center up next on ESPN, the ESPN app. Again, this is the first bowl game to kick off the bowl season. 40 FBS bowl games, the New Year's 6, 33 others, and the national championship game on January the 13th in New Orleans. Charlotte will get one last crack at the football. And a fair catch to start things off with 1:43 left to play here in the 4th quarter. Fans, immediately after this game, check out the ESPN app for the post-game trophy presentation presented by Capital One.
It's been an impressive year, really an impressive couple of years for Buffalo, and obviously finishing up such an exclamation point here against a good Charlotte team. I think Charlotte, they're going to learn from this experience. I mean, you obviously get to a bowl game. This is the first time anyone on their staff has ever experienced a bowl game. So a lot to be taken from, a lot to be proud of on what they've accomplished.
Throw and a catch. Tyler Wingwood on the receiving. And that will be interesting for Will Healy, how he manages this. All the fun, club lit, taking our shirts off, excitement everywhere, fun, 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 and then sort of have their lunch handed to them today you don't want to ruin the experience, but you want to accentuate what's important here. Be interested to see how young Coach Healy handles that.
Yeah, and if he'll make adjustments in the future to how they prepare. He leaned on several coaches, Mac Brown, he leaned on Dabo Sweeney. How do you get guys ready for a bowl game? Because I've never done it.
Right.
So you can kind of refine your craft, and it's not necessarily always going to be exactly what those guys did, but maybe take pieces of what you think's worked here and apply them for future bowl trips.
Reynolds, final minute of play. Off the fingertips of Ringwood, could not haul it in. Reynolds is a sophomore. He'll be back for more. Of course, Benny LeMay is a senior. And the big engine finished with the second most career rushing yards, touchdowns, and rushing touchdowns at Charlotte, behind only Khalif Phillips.
As you look at Coach Leipold, I have a feeling that white pullover, that beautiful pullover, is not going to be white for much longer.
What color?
I'm going to
Orange,
say
yellow,
I'm going to say blue.
Gonna go with the blue
Gatorade. What do you think?
Right. Let's see. Here's Reynolds, all sorts of time, and it's dropped. Michaelius Elder went up to get it, and it just goes as an incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd down at 10 now.
I'm surprised it's taken so long for Buffalo. I would have thought
they were planning this for a month.
I was about to say,
what color with the Gatorade?
Usually it's a race to see how quickly you can get the Gatorade jug and throw it onto the back of your coach. Try to surprise him is always the big thing.
Has the Gatorade shower not passed its prime?
No.
Could we move on to something else,
Never
please?
gets better. It's the best.
Never gets old either?
Never.
All right. Guess we've never won a bowl game. You want to experience that. Elder took a shot.
I don't know if he
still
was
on
down.
his feet, and only now the whistles come in, and his helmet comes off. There's 35 seconds left.
As he got hit, it looked like he was on the back. Oh, there's that right knee. Yeah, it looked like he was on the back right there though for a second. I don't know if the officials recognized that he was down either.
And that would have been short of the first down. And so the clock would continue to wind, and that's what Leipold is saying. Why is the clock stopped? He's still coaching it up 31-9 with 30 seconds, and he wants to know why the clock is stopped. And now it'll roll. And now it'll stop. Extending everyone's stay in paradise just a little bit longer.
I'm very optimistic about Will Healy. I'm very optimistic about Lance Leipold. I think both these coaches are incredibly good. If I were an athletic director at a big-time job, these would be two guys I would consider on an annual basis. I really believe that. I think these guys are that good. I think the future is very bright for Will Healy at Charlotte. And I also am very, very optimistic about where Buffalo is going under Lance Leipold. These two coaches are just awesome.
I mean, Will Healy, he's in his first year. And I cannot confirm nor deny, but it might be an understanding. He's already been extended twice. I mean, in his first year.
Right.
That's how much that Charlotte recognizes what they have in that head coach. And Leipold signed a 5-year contract extension back in February. So I think these two schools, these two programs understand what they have right now at the head coaching position. Tyler Ringwood again for 12 yards.
Blue Gatorade.
Blue is the answer if you're scoring at home. The 49ers of Charlotte get to play in their first ever bowl game, and the Bulls of Buffalo in their 4th bowl game in program history. Couldn't get it done in the International Bowl, not in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, not in the Dollar General Bowl, but finally here in Nassau, the Bahamas, they get it done 31-9 over Charlotte.
And they played beautifully. I mean, offensively, being able to run the football, control the line of scrimmage, and on the defensive side, being disruptive and making life very, very difficult for the Charlotte offense throughout.
All right, thanks to Adam Coppinger and Greg Wheatcamp and Brett Lancaster, who have overseen this production, all under the watchful eye of the man we call JV, John Pasala. We thank everyone for their assistance. They were celebrating UC final on their television screen We see 3 seconds left on the scoreboard clock. Leipold can't believe it.
It's 3 seconds.
We're up 31-9. Can I celebrate my first bowl victory, please? And now a timeout. So they stopped the clock for the catch and got a first down, and now it's a timeout. And again, we're on island time, apparently. There will be no club lit tonight for Charlotte, although I imagine Will Healy, once he settles down and looks at the big picture, he and his staff and his players will be able to enjoy this experience.
So much progress has been made. I mean, even from the beginning of the season when they were trying to figure out their own identity, they were 2-5, and then they just needed something good to happen for them, and sure enough, they've turned things around. And he stepped in. He's been very honest and open about the job that he stepped into, and Coach Lambert before him did a really good job and got the program close, but he was exactly what they needed to get them over the top. And now to have their first winning season in program history is remarkable, and I think he would tell you it's just the beginning.
This Buffalo squad went to Penn State. The Happy Valley led the Nittany Lions at halftime before falling 45-13. And Charlotte had their similar big-time game. Went to Death Valley to play Clemson. Fell to the Tigers 52-10. But all great experiences, worthwhile experience for these players. And that's how this one will end, on a Ladarius Mack sack of Chris Reynolds. And now zeros everywhere you look. It is a final. The Bulls of Buffalo. As a proud SUNY alum myself, congratulations to the State University of New York at Buffalo. For Greg McElroy and Diana Racina, I'm Steve Levy, saying so long from the Bahamas. The Bulls get it done in their 4th bowl game in program history. Buffalo is a winner, 31-9 over the 49ers of Charlotte. For the Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl Capital One post-game trophy ceremony, go to the ESPN app. Now set to take you to SportsCenter on earlier than scheduled. Welcome to the ESPN app post-game trophy ceremony presented by Capital One. The festivities down on the field are about to begin, but first, this message.
With the Capital One Saver Card, you earn 4% cash back on dining and 4% on entertainment. So when you go out, you cash in. What's in your wallet?
Let's take a look at today's Capital One rewarding performance.
I think we're all really want to get the crowd. It was a great ball contest. They won the dance off, and